Good morning. We will start session 6 on chapter arithmetic progression. So we'll continue. We had solved first 10 sums. We had solved next 10 sums of the exercise. The remaining sums will start today. 11th one. This is same like the previous 10th one. Here they have given us a pattern of SL. If the sum of the first n terms of an AP, that is Sn, is given as 4n minus n square, what is the first term? Actually they have asked us first term, but in the bracket they are writing S1. It shouldn't be asked like that. If they have been, okay, if it is mentioned, we know. But in case if it is only asked what is the first term, according to us the first term is A1. But A1 can also be S1. Okay. Next, what is the sum of first two terms? Sum of first two terms is S2. Next, similarly, find third term A3. Don't get confused. The whole is in S and Y. This is in A3 because they have not asked sum to third term, sum to 10th term and all. They have only asked third term, 10th term and nth term. Okay. Let's first start. We want to first find A1. Once you always remember this, if I have a given AP as 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 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 your first term is A, your second term is 2, your third term is 3 and so on, right? What is your S1? Sum to the first term is always S1 only. What is second term, children? Actually, second term is sum of first two. A1 plus A2, right? Sum of S3 if I ask you, it is A1 plus A2 plus A3, right? This is how we actually find. Okay, first let's start with this. Let n is equal to 1, S1 is equal to 4 into 1 minus 1 square. So 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. S1 is equal to 3, S1 is equal to A1 is equal to 3. Keep this as it is. Our A1 is over, S1 is over. Let us find S2. Let n is equal to 2. S2 is equal to 4 into 2 minus 2 square. 4 2s is 8. 8 minus 4. Your S2 is 4. Okay, clear till here? We found S2 also. S2 also is done. Now, we need to find now A3, we need to find A10 and AN. We can't be substituting in this because this is sum to nth term formula. How to find A3 now first of all? What is A3? A3 is written as A plus 2D, right? But we know what is A. D we are not aware. To find B, at least we should know two terms of an AP. Common difference, A2 minus A1. So let us find A2 now. So what we will write here is S2 is equal to A1 plus A2. Correct? Just now there we discussed. Substitute what values we know. S2 is 4. What is A1? A1 is 3 plus A2. So A2 is equal to 4 minus 3. A2 is 1. They have not asked A2, but to find common difference we require A2. Now, common difference is equal to A2 minus A1, which is nothing but 1 minus 3. Common difference is minus 2. Now, first term is known, common difference is known, any given number of terms you can find. Find now. A3 is equal to A plus 2D. A is what? 3 plus 2 into minus 2. 3 minus 4 minus 1. A3 is minus 1. Next, what have they asked? A10. A3 is minus 1. A10 is asked. A10 is written as A plus 90. What is A? A is 3 plus 9 into common difference is minus 2. 3 minus 9 twos are 18. 8 10 is minus 15. Next, to find an. An is equal to a plus n minus 1 of b. What is a? 3. Plus, what is n, children? N is n only. N minus 1 of minus 2. 3 minus 2n minus minus plus 2. So 3 plus 2, 5 minus 2n is your an. Right? This is the most simplest method I have chosen to solve this sum, just by using a and b, I mean first term and the common difference. By finding that, I have done this. There's another method to find, using only the given formula what they have given. With that only we find S1, S2, then to find A3 we need to find S3 also, then S10, A10 when you want to find S10 and S9 is to be found out, but I haven't done that method because it becomes slightly complicated to remember. This is our usual thing, how we start with our AP. I have used the same method. So any method can be done here, you will get marks, because our ultimate aim is to find what? Third term, 10th term and nth term, which we have done it correct. Quickly, we'll go to the next one, that is 12th one. Find the sum of first 40 positive integers divisible by 6. So they have already given how many positive integers, and divisible by 6 it is given. So 12th one, the first 40 positive integers divisible by 6 are, so we have to start this from 6 only actually. 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 threes are 18, dash dash dash, up to what? Up to 40 positive integers. That means your first term is 6, your common difference is 6, your n is 40. Find the sum. Right? And direct question it is, children. Directly we need to find the sum. That is, directly we start with Sn. Sn is equal to n by 2. We actually, it's not Sn, it is S40. Sum of the first 40 integers they have asked. So n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 of t. S40 is equal to 40 by 2. 2 into 6 plus 40 minus 1 of 6. 20. 2 6 are 12. 40 minus 1 is 39 into 6. 20 of 12 plus 39, 6 are 234. 234 plus 12 will give you 246. 246 into 20, 4920. This is how you find first 40 positive integers divisible by 6. Similarly, we have the next one. Find the sum of first 15 multiples of 8. First is 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24. So we have first term, common difference, up to 15, that is n is 15. Can you take this for homework? So 13th one I'll mark for homework. Right? We'll quickly move with the 14th one. Find the sum of odd numbers between 0 to 25. How many odd numbers are there between 0 to 25? Sorry, 0 to 50. 25 odd numbers. How many even numbers are there between 0 to 50? 25 even numbers. 25 odd and 25 even put together we get 50 numbers. So find the sum of odd numbers 0 to 50 in AP are starts with 1, 3, 5, dash dash. Do you know the last one? Yes. What is last one? 49. So actually this is countable. We know there are 25 odd numbers or even numbers. But still they have not mentioned here. We have to find n. Compulsory we have to find n. What is A? A is 1. Common difference is 2. An is 49. Find S25. Where n, okay, sorry, not S25. I cannot write here. I need to write Sn only because S25 I cannot mention because n I have to find out. I know n is 25, but still, usually if we have these numbers, we do not count it. We have to find it with formula only. Use this how to find n when all the things are known. An formula. A plus n minus 1 of b. So A is 1. An is 49. Sorry. N minus 1 of 2. 49 minus 1 is equal to n minus 1 of 2. 48 divided by 2 is equal to n minus 1. 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. N is equal to 24 plus 1. N is equal to 25. Right? S25 is equal to which formula shall we use now? N by 2, A plus An. Last term is known. So N is 25 by 2, A is 1, An is 49. So 25 by 2 into 50, 25 is S25 is equal to 625. Okay. Quickly we'll move to the next one. A contract on a construction job specifies a penalty for delay of completion beyond a certain date as follows. Rupees 200 on the first day, rupees 250 on the second day, 300 for the third day and so on. The penalty for each succeeding day being 50 rupees more than the preceding day. How much money does the contractor has to pay as a penalty if he has delayed the work for 30 days? That means the contractor has to give you some consignment done by end of the month. But if he delays the work, his every day's delays is considered as some penalty amount. First day he has to pay it as 200. Every day the penalty is increasing by 50. Second day he has to pay 250. Third day he has to pay 300. What will he have to pay at the end of the month? That is 30 days period. It is SN. Do you see that anywhere SN we have to find? No. But how did we understand? Read the last part. How much money the contractor has to pay as a penalty? What he has delayed by for the work for 30 days. What is the amount the contractor has to pay at the end of the 30th day? What is the amount on the 30th day? That time what will happen? It is AN. Last amount. How much he has to pay after 30 days? That is what they have asked. That is why it is SN. Be very careful in understanding the question. What is the amount the contractor has to pay on 30th day? It is AN. How much money the contractor has to pay as penalty if he has delayed the work for 30 days? That means I have to sum all the amount right from day 1, 2, 3, 4 to 30 days. That is why it is SN. Now here you know because this comes under SN exercise. But in examination you never know which is SN and which is AN. So, which question? 15th one. So, since the penalty of each, we did not write that, directly we will say, let the AP be, amount starts with 200, 250, 300 and so on. So, that's all it has been given, where A is 200, common difference is 50, N is 30, find SN. SN is equal to N by 2, 2A plus N minus 1 of D. S30 is equal to 30 by 2, 2 into 200 plus 30 minus 1 of 15. 15 of 400 plus 29 into 50. 15 of 400 plus 29 5 is 145, 0, 1450. 1450 plus 400 will give you 1850. 1850 into 15 will give you 27,750 rupees. Actually it is rupees, S30. This is the amount, 27,750 the contractor has to pay after 30 days of the work delay. So the next one is quite similar, but you need to understand what is the common difference here in the next one. A sum of rupees 700 is to be used to give as a cash prize to students of school for their overall performance. If each price is rupees 20 less than the preceding price, find the value of each price. So here total sum of rupees we have 700 as a cash prize to be given. But how is the cash prize given? We are not aware about what is the first prize amount, second prize amount here. But we know that each amount is differing by rupees 20. How is it differing? See here. Let me give you an example. This is not an amount actually. If 700 is the first prize, the second prize will be 680. Then third prize will be 660. It's not actually 700, but to tell you. A sum of rupees 700 is to be used as a cash prize for the student of school for their overall academic performance. If each prize is rupees 20, then rupees 20 less than its preceding price. If each prize is rupees 20 less than its preceding price. Understood now how the prices can be? This is not the price. Okay. So since here we are not aware about what is AP only, because first term only is not known. I think for the first time we have a numerical, we have a verbal question where the first term is only not known. But common difference is known. Since 16th one, each price is rupees 20 less than the preceding price. So it was 700 means it is 680, 660, right? Therefore, what will be the common difference? Minus 20. If you take plus 20, you are gone. The sum is wrong. Then what they have given? A sum of rupees 700. Sn is equal to 700. Is to be given, is to give 7 cash prizes. N is equal to 7. So what is the first prize amount? Consequently, find the first 7 prizes. Let's first find the first prize. So here Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 of d. 7 by 2, 700. 2a plus 7 minus 1 of minus 20. 700 is equal to 7 by 2, 2a minus, I have taken minus here only, 6 into 20 I wrote, this minus I have taken here. 700 is equal to 7 by 2, 2a minus 120. Can I take 2 common? 7 by 2 into 2, a minus 60, 700. Bring this 7 down. 700 divided by 7 is equal to a minus 60. 100 sum. So 100 plus 60 is equal to a. Therefore, a is 160. Therefore, what is the first prize amount? First prize amount is 160. First price, yeah, you have to calculate here. Second price, third price, fourth price, fifth, sixth price, and seventh price. So first prize amount is rupees 160. So this is A is equal to second prize, A2 is equal to A plus B. So what is A? I'm sorry, 160. 160 minus 20. Directly I will do it here. Rupees 140. Third prize, A3 is equal to 140 minus 20. Rupees 120. Fourth price, go on subtracting 20 from it. Rupees 100. And see that when you add this, you have to get 700 and you will get it. A5 is rupees 80. A6 rupees 60 and A7 rupees 40. So these are the cash prizes given to the students. Add and see, you will get actually 700 as the cash prize. We'll start with the next one. There are all verbal sums only here. In a school, students thought of planting trees in and around the school to reduce air pollution. It was decided that the number of trees that each section of each class will plant will be the same as the class in which they are studying. That means suppose if you are studying in class 10, you have to plant 10 plants. If you are studying in class 9, you have to plant 9 plants. But class 10 has 3 sections. Class 9 has 3 sections. That means here we have classes from 1 to 12. So each class have 3 sections. So let us see how will they plant now. There are 3 sections of each class. How many trees will be planted by the students? How many trees, that is total number of trees the students will plant. That is why it is SN. Okay. Number of trees planted by class 1, in bracket I will write 3 divisions. Okay, so class 1 will plant 1 tree, but how many divisions? 3 trees there are, so it is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. Class 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Class 3, 3 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 9. Did you get? How are they planting? Last. Class 12. How are they planting? 12 plus 12 plus 12 is equal to 36. What is this 36 children here? This is last term, AN. Let the AP be. What is the AP? 3, 6, 9 up to 36. Okay. So what is the first term here? First term is 3. Common difference is 3. AN is equal to 36. Anything else? Is n given? No, n is not given, right? Or n is given. But they have not mentioned how many numbers are there. But they have mentioned how many classes are there. How many classes are there? From 1 to 12 there are 12 classes. That is why n is equal to 12. Right? Though they have not mentioned, but how many classes? 1 to 12, 12 classes. Till 12th standard. So which formula will you apply? You need to find S12. We have A and we have N also here. So S12 is equal to N by 2 A plus AN. N is 12 by 2, 3 plus 36, 12 by 2, into 39, 2 ones are 2 6 are 6 into 39 is 234. Okay, so put together they plant 234 trees. We'll start with 18th one. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternatively at A and B. So once if the center is A, second time the center is B, and again A and again B. Starting with center A of radii 0.5 cm, 1 cm, 1.5, 2 cm as shown in the given figure. What is the total length? See, if they want to find, if they want to ask you SN, it is always what is the final length, what is the total length, it is SN. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? So the figure given is something like this. Right? So one point is A and another point is B. So let us consider first is L1, L2, L3 dash dash dash, or sorry, this is L1, this is L2, this is L3 and this is L4. This goes on. Now since it is a semicircle, what is the circumference of semicircle? Half into 2 pi r. Let us first write. And if you can see they have given us, take pi as 22/7. That's very much important. In your examination, where anywhere you deal with pi, they have to tell you what should be the pi value. Until unless stated, we cannot assume anything as pi. We know pi is 22/7, but we cannot take it all by ourselves. Let 18th one, let lengths L1, L2, L3 be of let the length be L1, L2, L3 dash 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 of successive semicircles with center A, B, A, B. That's what consecutive alternate they have. Once the center is A, another time the center is B. A, B, A, B, dash, 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 respectively. Circumference, or I can say length, circumference of semicircle is equal to half into 2 pi r. Half and half will get cancelled, so it is pi r. Let the AP be. So that is what circumference of each we have to find and write with respect to the given radius. So what is the first radii given? First radii given is 0.5. So I will write pi into 0.5. Second radii given is 1. Third radii given is 1.5 and so on. Therefore, A is 0.5 pi and common difference is also 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5 pi only. Okay. N is 13. We have to find S13. S13 is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 of t. 13 by 2, 2a, a is 0.5 into pi. Okay, what I'll do here is I can take common and I'll, okay, anyhow, write it, that's still fine. Plus n is 13 minus 2 and d is 0.5 pi. Okay. Right? Oh, 13 minus 1. So 13 by 2, don't multiply children, I'll tell you why. We can take something common there. That's why I'm keeping it as it is. So, or okay, you can multiply and fine, we'll do it. So 2 5s is 10. So this is 1 pi, because 10 pi means 1.0 it will be. Plus 12 into 0.5 pi. Now what I can do here is take pi common. 13 by 2 into pi. We know we can take pi value later. So this is 1 plus 12 5 is 60. So I will write 60 is 6 because 0.0 I have to take here. I do this calculation here. 13 by 2 into pi, which is nothing but 13 by 2 into 22 by 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. Cancel. 2 1s are 2 11s are. So 11 into 13 will give you 143. See, calculation is simple if you make it simple. If you go on writing pi value here and here, it will be complicated. So rather take common. Whatever best possibility, always try to take common and solve. 143 is the answer. Next one. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. You can see the you can see the figure given. 20 logs in the bottom. After 20, the next is 19, the next is 18, and so on. Right? Now, what are they asking? This question is very important to understand. Once you understand the question, it is very simple to solve. So try to understand what are they asking here. Okay. So first, there are total 200 logs. Total 200 logs. So what is this total 200 logs? 19th one. Sn is 200. Okay. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. They have not told total anyhow, but put together 200 logs are stacked means it is sum of the whole, everything, the whole lot is 200 means it is Sn. Are stacked in the manner, how they are stacked? They are stacked in such a way that let the AP be 20, 19, 18, dash 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 up to till where they can stack such that the sum is 200. That means children, if I add 20 plus 19 plus 18 plus 17 plus 16, till where I have to add? I have to get 200. I can sit and do this manually, but you will not get marks for that, right? This is the question they have asked now. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed? That is, they have asked in how many rows, and I need to know how many such rows I want so that I can place this 200 logs. And how many logs are there? In how many rows are the 200 logs placed? And how many logs are there in the last row? For example, if I tell you 20, 19, 18, this is first row, second row, third row, this is somewhere last row. If I come to the last row, how many logs are there? What is it asked? They have asked us AN. Understood the question now? In the first log, I'll place around here 20 logs. Second row, I'll place only 18. Third, I'll place only 19. Second I'll place 19. Then 18. Then 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Till where I have to place? What is that number I have to place? That number I want here, that is AN. How many such rows are there? That is N. Total, if I add till here, whatever I get, I should get answer as 200. This is the main understanding of the question. If you understand this, most of you, I'll tell you what you all will do here. You take this only as AN and solve. Because when you read that there are 200 logs, AN, last term is AN. The whole question goes wrong. Let's solve with this now. Common difference is 19 minus 20 minus 1. So let's quickly start. Sn is equal to n by 2. 2a plus n minus 1 of d. 200 is equal to n by 2 2 into 20 plus n minus 1 of minus 1. So nothing common will be there here. I will send this 2 down. I'll send this 2 here for cross multiplying. 400 is equal to n. So 40 minus 1 into n minus n, minus into minus plus 1. 400 is equal to n of 41 minus n. So 41n minus n square is equal to 400. Let us shift everything here. N square minus 41n plus 400 is equal to 0. A quadratic equation. So 400n square when you split. So factors when you find here, you get 25 and 16. 25 and 16 will give you 400. 25 plus 16 will give you minus 41. Minus 25n minus 16n will give you minus 41n. Minus 25n into minus 16n will give you plus 400n square. We know directly how to write it. If not, you can use those 2-3 steps. So I will write here n minus 25, n minus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore, n is equal to 25 and n is equal to 16. Now, how is it possible? This is the first equation where we got both the n positive. That means both the answers are correct. How it can be? How it can be? Can we have 25 rows or 16 rows and both answers will be 200? Not possible, right? See, it has to be 200 either with 25 rows or 16 rows. How do you know that? One more hint we have. We have still not found what is an. With n is equal to 25, let us find out an answer. An should be positive or negative, children? Of course positive. Why? Because that is the last number. What is the number of logs what you have in the last row? That should be positive logs only. I should have either 10 logs, 5 logs, 4 logs, etc. Right? Based on n, we'll come to know which is the right number of rows here. So, let first part n is equal to 25. Might be 25 only might be right for the first instance, but still we'll try for the next also. Then an is equal to a plus n minus 1 of b. So a is 20 plus 25 minus 1 of minus 1. So this is 20 plus 24 into minus 1. 20 minus 24. An is equal to minus 4. Can we have minus 4 logs on the topmost row, final row? No, right? N is, or we can say n is not equal to 25 because, or do not like this. Number of rows cannot be 25 because an cannot be negative. Right? Let n is equal to 16. Of course, we have to get answer here. So A16 also you can find, children, a plus b. Anyhow, a plus n minus 1 of t. 20 plus 16 minus 1 of minus 1. 20 minus 16 minus 1 is 15. 15 into minus 1 is minus. So an is 5. Conclude. Therefore, please give the conclusion. Therefore, number of rows are 16 and number of logs in the top row are 5. Understood the question now exactly what they had asked. So for the first time we got both positive, so you can't give a conclusion that both the answers are right. Check what will give you for an. The topmost row, how many logs are there? Give the conclusion. Therefore, number of rows are 16 and number of logs on the topmost rows are 5. And the last question of today's session. With this we actually complete the chapter, but we have another optional exercise which we will be doing it in our next session. Next question is again complicated, but if you understand it, it's very simple. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point. So let me try to draw accordingly what they have mentioned. So a bucket is placed here. Okay. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato. Did you understand the meaning here? That means I have kept some distances 3 meter distance, but this is from this position to the potato, it is 5 meter distance only. Okay. Rest all are 3 meters gap. So from here, this distance, I have kept the potatoes at the distance of 5 meters. And the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in a line. So if there are 10 potatoes in a line, so understood that n is equal to 10. Right off here. A competitor starts from the bucket. A competitor starts from the bucket. Okay. So from where the competitor starts? From the bucket. Picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket. See, a competitor starts from the bucket means there are no potatoes. Bucket is empty. So there is one potato kept here, one potato here. These are potatoes, children, which are kept at the distance. So I have filled the bucket actually. Okay. So these are potatoes. I am standing here, the competitor is standing here. That is what they have mentioned. A competitor starts from the bucket. From here, the competitor has to run here. From first distances from 5 to 3, a competitor has to run. You all have played this potato race, right? Do you go pick up all potatoes once and go dump it? No. We go pick first. How is the rule? We run from the distance, pick the first potato, come to the place, drop it. Go to the second place, pick that, come, drop it. Then again go to third place, pick and drop it, right? This is the rule which you all know, and the same rules are followed here. So a competitor starts from a bucket, picks the nearest potato, that is first one, runs back with it, drops it in a bucket, runs back to pick the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it, and she continues the same way till all the potatoes are in the bucket. Very clear about the concept? Okay. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? Sn. Now we understood the question. N and Sn. But what is AP? How should we write the AP? Let the AP be. So now competitor has to run for the first time. How will I write here? See here. For the first time, if I am running from here, how much distance, children? 5 meter. I run from here 5 meter, then what I have to do? I have to again come back. How much distance? I am going 5, I am again coming 5. So the first distance is 2 into 5, shall I write? That is equal to 10 meter. Okay. Second one you see here. Again, from here I have to run here. That means 5 plus 3. I have to again go back the same thing. Can I write this as 2 like this only? 5 plus 3 can I write? See, 2 times because I have to go, I have to come back. To and fro motion. So, 5 plus 3. I write this. Third one, see what I have to do. 2 times. 5 plus 3 because this is, I'm done with this. Now with this 5, first part is over here, next is again here. So 5 plus 3 plus 3, right? Third part we have done. This was first one. So this was second one. This was 5, 3 plus 3. Did you understand the technique how we wrote this here? Okay. So let's count this. So the first distance we understood. The second distance is 5 plus 3, 8. 8 2s are 16 meter. 5 plus 3, 8. 9, 10, 11. That is equal to 22 meter. This implies it is 10, 16, 22, dash, dash, dash. So what is our common difference here? 16 minus 10. Common difference is 6. Quickly. Now what we have to find? We have to find Sn. We have all the information with us. We have a common difference. Oh, first term is not written. First term is 10. First term is 10. Common difference is 6. N is equal to 10. Find the total distance run by the competitor. Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 of d. So 10 by 2, 2 into 10 plus 10 minus 1 into 6. 5, 20 plus 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 6 is 54. 5 into 74, that is equal to 370 meter. Total distance run by the competitor is 270 meter, 370 meter. So with this we conclude the exercise, we conclude the chapter arithmetic progression, where we understood nth term and sum to nth term. So our tomorrow's session will be on optional exercise on chapter